Hey everyone, welcome to Jesters Comedy Improv here on this very lovely and summer-like Thursday, February 25th. I'm Fred. I'm happy to welcome you to the show. We'll be doing some improv comedy for you. And let's not delay any further. Let me just bring on the players. Will you guys please open up your cameras when I say your names? We have Andy.
Hey.
Amy. Justin. Wooly, and Zach.
Thank you very much for that, Fred. Welcome to the online Jesters Comedy Improv Digital Spectacular. We are Jesters. It's Thursday. It's the fourth Thursday of the month, which means we're coming to you live on Facebook because we can't do it in person just yet. And we want to share the fun. We want to share some love. We've got people already in the comments. Hi. Heather says, hi, gang. So everyone wave to Heather. Everyone wave to everyone that's in the chat. We're going to be coming to you guys in that chat all show for suggestions, but we want to make sure enough people have gotten here, are getting to their seats, or getting comfortable, or getting in their chairs. So we're going to play a game called Scenes from a Hat. So you guys don't have to give your suggestions just yet. You get to sit back and watch us make some jokes based on the suggestions we're going to pull out of this hat, and watch the comments because Rebecca is going to be tapping in there all show, asking you guys and prompting you for some suggestions. So let's jump into this. We're going to start with things that should not be explained with a detailed PowerPoint presentation.
And after we get to this final slide, son, that's how you were conceived.
So my constituents, while you were freezing your butts off in Texas, this is me parasailing in Cancun.
Welcome back to the seminar, Bananas and How to Peel Them. Slide A.
Got another one in. How about promotional Lego sets for non-children's movies?
That's right. It's really easy to build. Fight Club liposuction soap.
Don't let the color scheme fool you. This is much more difficult than it looks. 50 Shades of Grey.
You can build your own chainsaw from Lego Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Hey, you want to come over this weekend and build Schindler's List with me? I hear it's great.
Those minifigs ain't so many. It's the Magic Mike box set.
I think I'd rather have the Magic Mike minifigure than the little girl in the red dress minifigure, though, from Schindler's List. Now we're all sad, so let's move on. I keep grabbing them upside down. If the black market was like a supermarket.
Okay, I'm going to go down aisle 5 and grab the illicit drugs. And if you hit aisle 10 and get the fake IDs, we'll be all set.
Actually, before you ring up those kidneys, I have a 2-for-1 coupon.
Would you like to sign up for our Drugs and Guns rewards card? It can save you quite a lot of money in the long run.
Price check for 50 N95s for $5. Price check for 50 N95 masks for $5.
Oh, honey, I don't know if you saw this. Heroin's on sale.
My wife loves a deal. Wrong answer to the job interview question. What is your greatest weakness?
My bladder, excuse me, I gotta go.
Junction with that, I have weak stream. Is that going to be a problem?
It's internet porn, but ever since people installed those blockers, I've been fine.
That's a stupid question. What's your greatest weakness, huh? You trying to fight me and you want to figure out how to beat me? Huh? You think you're tough? You think you're tough?
I don't know. Knives, probably.
I know this one. Hold on. I find that my biggest weakness is that I expect too much from myself, but this turns out to be a strength as well.
And how about product? Oh, actually, that one's pretty similar to the black market one. Other places you should not play Pokemon Go. Do people still play Pokemon Go? Yeah, kind of. Are they still
Nerds.
walking into intersections and playing it? Not as much probably now because of quarantine and it's cold, but okay. Places you should not play Pokemon Go.
This is taking me right into the rifle range. Oh well.
Okay, honey, keep breathing. Oh, open up. There's a Jigglypuff in there.
Oh, there's a Pokemon in there in Area 51. Well, I've been training for this.
Man, what luck that this funeral home is a Pokestop, huh? I know, right?
Hey, Billy, come here. Daddy's Pokemon game says that over on Lake Harriet, it's still frozen enough for you to go get me a Turtwig.
If our own report cards growing up were brutally honest.
She talks too much and never, ever, ever shuts up. Even when I tell her to put her in the corner, she just keeps talking.
Fred gets very, very good test scores, but he needs someone to check him in place every once in a while.
Justin will have a very bright future working at McDonald's and nowhere else.
Really have to, I just feel really sad about poor Zachary. He really hasn't made any friends here. You might want to look into hiring a friend for him. That sometimes works.
Listen, whatever you guys are doing as parents, it is absolutely wonderful for Fred, academically.
It looks like Adam's knowledge strength is mostly sitting on the couch drinking beer and answering Jeopardy questions to no one.
Well, he may have gone to the honor roll, but unfortunately, he did not get a prom date.
Wah, wah.
Andy, did we go to high school together?
I love teachers commenting on their students' love lives. And finally, you know what? We're going to do this one because it's kind of related. The parent-teacher conferences at Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters.
Listen, we're going to have to figure out some kind of other punishment for Logan. We've been giving him wax on the backside, but he just regenerates.
Okay, so your daughter, Emmeline, she did figure out how to make a really good still. And, well, it's the best moonshine I've ever had. It's just not right in the classroom.
So Quicksilver was in class, and then the next day it was just clearly someone different.
Look, every time she forgets to do her homework, suddenly there's a blizzard outside and she can't come to school. I need you to talk to Storm about this, please.
Yeah, Wolverine has a problem with clawing up the backs of leather chairs. Yeah, I would recommend you put a little lemon juice in a spray bottle and just spray him in the face.
Well, I'm afraid that we were doing a exercise in our acting class, and we were focusing on making eye contact. And, well, your son Scott may have injured his classmate pretty badly.
Jean is a lovely, lovely young woman. Her imaginary friend Phoenix, not so much.
And that is Scenes from a Hat, and we've got people going in the chat, so let's get on with the rest of Jesters Comedy Improv. Thank you, everyone who's joined us on Facebook Live. Again, just if you haven't know what's going on, my name's Wooly. I've got Fred, Andy, Amy, Justin, and Zach here for the next hour or so to bring you some improvised comedy. Steve and Rebecca are going to be teching us in the background, so Steve is going to be the one doing all the fancy screen stuff with us. Rebecca is going to be the one writing to you guys in the comments. So make sure you say hi to Rebecca and give her a big thumbs up when you see her comment in there. we want to sing a song because that's how we like to start Jesters Comedy Improv. So, Andy, go ahead and kill your camera. Not that you're a bad singer, just that we don't want to hear you tonight. We want to hear Amy, Fred, Justin, and Zach sing about Paula, because guys, once we're into summer, Paula wants to go kayaking. So, Amy, let's hear a little song, a doo-wah-ditty, if you will, about Paula and her love of kayaking.
Paula really enjoys the big waves. Do-a-diddy-diddy-dum diddy-do.
Sometimes she tips over and needs to be saved. Do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do.
Splash, splash, row, row. Splash, splash, row, row.
He hurt his elbow. Do what diddy diddy dum diddy do. Elbow!
Paula, everyone! We've got Bruce in there. Bruce would like to be spending some time on the beach, Fred. So let's sing about Bruce and what he might be doing on the beach.
Bruce enjoys working on his tan, singing do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do.
Yeah, he's making a castle out of sand. Do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do.
Sunglasses and screen. Sunglasses and screen.
I really got that massive sheen. Do-a-diddy-diddy-dum diddy-do.
Bruce!
Bruce! Suzanne is hanging out in the chat with us tonight, and Suzanne is really looking forward to playing bocce ball. Justin, let's sing about Suzanne and that lovely game of bocce ball.
Suzanne is into an obscure sport. Do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do.
She needs to play, but her breaks are short. Do a diddy diddy dum diddy do.
Toss, toss, roll, roll. Toss, toss, roll, roll.
In France, it's called ball. Do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do. Suzanne!
Another parent-teacher conference for Fred there. Fred makes up words in French, and we can't get him to stop. We've got one final one in here, and it's Dave, our friend Dave from Torg Brewery, which is always a proud sponsor of us. Thank you very much, guys, at Torg Brewery. Dave is looking forward to drinking beers on the beach. So we already did Bruce suntanning on the beach. Now we're getting rid of the sun. And Zach, we're just talking about beers on the beach for our good friend Dave.
When Dave's at the beach, he likes to get drunk. Do a diddy diddy dum diddy do.
It's a lot better than getting dunked. Do-a-diddy-diddy-dum diddy-do.
Gulp, gulp. Burp, burp. Gulp, gulp. Burp, burp.
I'll just take another slurp. Do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do.
Dave!
Dave! And a little fun fact, this Monday, I think, is that March 1st? Is March 1st Monday? Because March 1st is Dave's Day at Torg Brewery, and not just because Dave is one of the owners of Torg Brewery. It's actually St. Dave's Day, so they're celebrating everything Dave at Torg Brewery on March 1st. So go there, say hi to the owner, Dave. If your name's Dave, just say it's Dave, and you'll have a beer there. I don't know. I'm going to go there and celebrate all Daves. Andy, come back.
My middle name is Dave.
Andy's middle name is Dave, so you get the middle of a beer. However that works. I'll drink the top and the bottom. You get the middle.
Okay.
Fred, Amy, and Zach, go ahead and kill your cameras because Andy and Justin are going to play a game that many of you played growing up. It's called the alphabet game. Basically, they're going to do a scene beginning with the alphabet to the end and back around. And we're going to have you two hypnotizing cats for this. And this is coming from our friend Heather. So we're going to start with the letter H. We'll go ahead and let you start, Justin, with the letter H. One letter at a time, all the way back around to H, about cat hypnotizing.
Hypnotizing is a very interesting art, especially on the feline species, but I feel you'll do a good job if you just listen to me.
I don't think that I really have the skills to do this. Your seminar just didn't quite click with me.
Just be calm, clear your head, and you will be fine. I promise you, it is easy.
Knowledge of this just, it seems too powerful for people to have. I'm just, okay, go over step number 3 again.
Wait. Okay, step number 3 is very important. First, you have to go, hello, Kibi. That gets them to come to you.
Mwah. Is that
No,
what-
no.
Oh.
Please, you try.
Quit pressuring me. I need to
Right now!
Stop. I can't do this under pressure.
Think deeply into your soul. Remember your whole life. Think about what you would do if you were a cat. Think how life would be if you were a feline.
Understanding the mind of a feline.
Very good.
Well, for starters, I suddenly have a craving for mice.
Xylophones, you hear that?
Yes, I do.
Zoo theme. They're playing the zoo theme.
Aren't we getting a little off topic now?
Be careful. That is usually distraction set up by cats. They are going to mount an attack.
Cats mounting an attack? I don't know what to do. Oh, wait, we could stop them with hypnosis.
Don't tell me I have to do this under pressure.
Everyone comes to you for hypnosis tips and teaching. How can you not be ready?
Fine, I'll do it. Come here, kitty.
Get him.
And that is all the way around the alphabet. If actually starts with H, I assume it does, right?
It does. It
Definitely
also can start with any letter that you want it to. It's sort of like a failsafe.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That works. Real quick, I want Justin to back up just a bit so we can get a look at that lovely shirt. And Andy, if you want to open it up just a bit, look at that. Jesters Comedy Improv shirts, masks, mugs. What? Those are all on sale right now at tpublic.com from our designer, Zach Attack Design. Rebecca's going to throw that up in the chat. I believe the sale goes through tomorrow, but it's like 35% off all of this stuff. So the masks, the shirt, the mugs, stickers, you know what? There's a lot of stuff on there. Go shop after the show. Watch the show first, then after the show. Let's get everyone else back. Fred, Zach, and Amy. That's everyone. All right. We are going to sell some stuff.
Oh.
Because when we're not quarantining at home during a pandemic, we're usually in like a 1950s office coming up with advertising slogans for things that don't yet have advertising slogans. So you see on TV, Burger King, have it your way, right? Subway, eat fresh, that kind of stuff. We don't do those. We do the stuff that no one else is selling. We come up with taglines to get you to want to spend money on them. Now, Jesters shirts and masks you're already going to want to spend money on, so we're not going to sell you those. We're going to sell you the stuff you're putting in the chat right now. So Rebecca asked for some things you've already purchased online during the pandemic. We're going to sell some of those, starting with a 3D printer.
Because the 4D printer hasn't been invented yet. 3D printers.
They told me I couldn't get a girlfriend. I'll show them. 3D printer.
I mean, what's a more fun way to spend a whole lot of money? 3D printer.
Because your laser printer can't print Braille. 3D printers.
All right,
We
we've
can
got a
make
couple.
a plastic replica of Link's sword from Legends of Zelda. 3D printer.
Heather's been buying hoodies. Nice and warm. Let's sell some hoodies.
To really mask your identity. Hoodies.
Ah, yes, the depression tuxedo. Hoodies.
Because you forgot to comb your hair again. Hoodies.
For all those white teenage boys who listen to hip hop. Hoodies.
Buy yours now at T Public from Zack Attack Designs. Hoodies.
Hoodies. Jello shots. I'm assuming you can buy those online, according to Heather. So let's sell some Jello shots. You got to get through Easter with your family somehow. Jello shots.
My finger gets sticky. Jello shots.
A better buzz and a stronger hangover than beer. Jello shots.
What's dorm life without them? Jello shots.
Is whiskey just a little bit too mature for you? Jello shots.
Slightly more appealing than alcohol pudding. Jello shots.
Why all those boys in church on Sunday morning have green tongues? Jello shots.
Do you
To
need to
wake you
get
up.
vaccinated against Bill Cosby? Jello shots.
Let's go about as far away from Jello shots as we can. Coffee grinders. Let's sell some coffee grinders. Because you really hate beans. Coffee grinders.
Because you need to do at least one thing today. Coffee grinders.
Because after 2 dates, that cute barista ghosted you. Coffee grinders.
Also works for shredding Post-it notes. Coffee grinders.
Are you a man looking for another man and you really like coffee? Coffee grinder.
Still imagining what Zach has written on those Post-it notes that he has
Get rid
to
of
destroy the evidence. Suzanne's going to be home soon. Can't let her find my Post-it notes. Let's sell a hair dye. Hair dye. Because the carpet no longer matches the drapes. Hair dye.
When hair injury just won't cut it anymore. Hair dye.
Guessing what color it's going to actually be on my hair. Hair dye.
Because when people call you a silver fox, they're really just calling you old. Hair dye.
And let's do a vintage bread box. A vintage bread box.
Because your bread is very old and vintage. Bread box.
I keep my CDs in there. Vintage bread box.
Feel like you're at grandma's house. Vintage bread box.
Well, just got my stimulus. Time to make some dumb decisions. Red box.
That's why we're not getting any $1,200 checks, because Justin's blowing it all on bread boxes.
I need it.
Justin, Zach, you can go ahead and kill your cameras, because Fred, Amy, and Andy are going to hang out for this next game. I instructed Andy and Amy to find the most inspirational books that they happen to have in their households. And we'll go back and we'll find out what the books are at the end of this, but they can only read lines from their books. Fred has to make everything that they say make sense. And it's going to be hard because according to the folks here in the chat, you guys are in a karaoke room.
Okay.
Now remember, we don't own the rights to just about any song. So be careful with what you do in the karaoke room. But you guys are celebrating life in the karaoke room. And Andy and Amy, fill your lines in with those books. And Fred, good luck making sense of it all.
Okay, Dave, Michelle, the prize is $2,000, and I think we're really gonna wow them with a duet. But you guys have excuse me, trio. But you guys have to follow me on the harmonies.
I love long hair, I really do, but a gal shouldn't have to worry about her drain clogging coif cleaning the toilet seat while she drops trow.
Okay, go to the bathroom, just really quick, Michelle, and then come back and make sure you don't sit on your hair because presentation matters. The judges care about that kind of thing. So just quick, all right? And Dave, what's going on with you, Dave?
What did you eat? I asked because your breath smells terrible.
Okay, I ate my Lucky Garlic Fries because we need my Lucky Garlic Fry luck in order to win this $2,000 prize. Oh, Michelle, you're back.
And I go south, it's suddenly screechingly off, like 9 kinds of off.
Have some confidence. You're not that pitchy, okay? It's gonna be fine, Michelle. I'm much more worried about the choreography. Dave, I don't think you learned all the moves this last week.
You know, your friends care a lot more about themselves than they do about you.
Yeah, okay. I figured. So you totally blew off practice, didn't you? I cannot believe this guy, Michelle.
Nowadays, I hate the crap-ass carnation for all new reasons.
Yep, that's right. That's why we call you the crap-ass carnation, Dave, because we can't count on you and you crap out on us all the time. So, are you going to be a crap-ass carnation tonight?
When you pray, no one is listening. Furthermore, you look ridiculous.
You know what? Just because I have some faith in something bigger than myself, and I think every once in a while that the good Lord above might just care who wins a karaoke contest, doesn't mean that I am a subject for your ridicule. All right? And I know that Michelle is as big a believer as I am.
You're better off alone.
Well, the brainiac wasn't so smart that particular night, as she was also packing a pint of peach schnapps.
Okay, when you and I had that big talk about God, you were not that drunk, okay? I think you really felt something there. In fact, I think we need to all bring it in for a pre-song prayer. All three of us. Come on, hands in, hands in.
People are probably trying to poison you.
Can you even make your way through a trendy nightclub when wearing your Olivier Peoples or your blue blockers? I suppose they could be special glasses.
You know what? Just because I get into the spirit of this contest and I try to look cool doesn't mean I can't get through the nightclub, all right? So crap-ass carnation, brainiac, let's do the cheer. All right, start us off there, Dave.
You were stupid to have kids. Hell, even your kids think so.
All right. You're stupid to have kids. Hell, even your kids think so. Michelle.
I'm putting the restaurant we're going to in my GPS.
And I'm putting the restaurant that we're going to in my GPS. Go!
Woo! That is actor's nightmare. Andy, what was the book you were reading from?
You Are Worthless.
Great. And Amy?
Things I want to punch in the face.
Both of those make sense. Good job. Great job with that, Fred. Let's get Justin and Zach back, because we're going to play a game that we haven't played in the last 6 months of doing these digital shows, which, as a reminder, we do a show every fourth Thursday of the month, and we do an adults-only show every second Saturday of the month. And just for the hell of it, we've been playing with our friends at Reservoir Frogs one Monday a month as well with Improvocation. So make sure you follow us on JestersComedyImprov.com or on the Facebook page or Twitter or Instagram, so you can always find out where we're performing next. And if you like what you're seeing and you like what you're doing, normally we're at Torg Brewery and it costs $15 to get in, to laugh, to have a beer. This is all free. But if you like what you're seeing, you can buy us a coffee at coffee.com/JestersComedyImprov, and Rebecca will throw that in the chat, or it's probably up near the top. Throw us a couple bucks. We always share the money with those who need it a little more right now. I actually, not to brag, got a couple thank you notes from both Toys for Tots and Second Harvest for some of the money we were able to donate over the last couple months. So really, if you like what you're seeing, we share it with those around us as well who may need it. So buy us a coffee if you like what you're seeing, or you know what, don't. We're never going to find out. We're doing this for fun. Speaking of fun, we're going to play a game we've not yet played in the last 6 months, doing these digitally, but it's a game we played all the time in person. It's called Arnold. Arnold is a game where we bring out the best of Arnold Schwarzenegger. When he used to make movies back before he was a governor, he would kill people in his movies, but he wouldn't just kill them and be done with it. He would have some sort of pithy, poetic line as he dismissed his enemy. Like in Predator, or, I believe it was, no, some movie, he shoves them into a pipe and says, "Let off some steam." And it's great because it's a steam pipe and it's awesome. Commando, I believe, was that movie. We're going to do stuff like that, but we don't want to promote any sort of violence here. So Rebecca asked you guys for some very non-lethal weapons. And we're going to try to kill people with those non-lethal weapons, doing our best Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions. And we're going to start with a weapon I never thought I would have seen for this game, because I don't know how you can kill someone with it. Cat hair. Cat hair.
Yeah, you cat vomit.
Ooh, looks like I took it a little too far.
Your dander isn't up, it's down.
I always knew you were a pussy.
No. It looks like you're not feline too fine.
Perfect. I see Sham Wow in the chat from Tim. Let's kill people with a Sham Wow.
Looks like I just wiped you out.
Yeah. But wait, there's more. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're all washed up.
I want to see you guys kill someone with shredded cheese.
Looks like you're not doing too great.
Yeah. You don't know Colby Jack.
Yeah. That's what you get for not being a good guy.
Yeah. No, the Swiss isn't the only one with the holes.
Looks like this is not your day.
You'll find that he's not only cheddar, but it's sharp.
Debbie from Torg wants us to kill people with socks. Yeah. Now they're gonna have to feed you through a tube.
Yeah. You're dead. Gosh darn it.
Yeah. Looks like my victory was a shoo-in.
Oh, sorry, pal. You're hosed.
Yeah. I have killed you for your crime. And what was that crime? Stalking.
And board games. Whatever board game you got on the shelf, pull it off and kill someone.
Yeah. You never had a clue.
Da. I sunk your battleship.
Ah! Ting, 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 ting. You fell into my mouse trap.
No, 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 no. Sorry.
It looks like your life has been a trivial pursuit.
That is Arnold, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for those suggestions. Again, that was the first time you've seen Jesters Comedy Improv do that game live. You can tell your friends, you'll tell your grandchildren about that time if you have done nothing else in your life and you have nothing else to tell your grandchildren about. Zach, Andy, and Amy hang out. So Fred and Justin can, for a minute, because we are going to play a fun little game here that's really going to limit these guys and really stretch their minds for what they can do. So we asked people for what their favorite months are, so I can get a note, or I should say a number, out of some of these people. So we've got the number 8 from Heather. So Andy, I'm going to give you the number 8.
Okay.
We've got 10 from Mike. So Amy, I'm going to give you the number 10. And we've got 5 on here as well, Zach. So we're going to give you 5. So real quick, can you repeat your numbers?
8.
10.
5.
And those are the only, that has many words as they have to use every time they talk. So every time Zach has to talk, he can only speak in 5-word sentences. 10 for Amy, 8 for Andy. And you guys are going to be doing, working at a haunted house. So you guys, why don't we start like you're setting up the haunted house. And remember, you can only use 8, 5, and 10 words at a time.
Guys, I heard there are real ghosts here.
Ghosts? I don't think so. That's kind of dumb.
Gosh, Sarah, don't be silly.
I'm not being silly. I saw several ghosts with eyes.
Ghosts with eyes? Are you sure? No.
We're in a haunted house.
I know it's a haunted house, but it's truly haunted, really.
It's not actually a haunted house, you guys.
What? This is news to me, you guys. Really.
Well, shit. Do tell, man.
You do realize that we're making this up.
Way to break the fourth wall.
It's for the kids. We're just actors, see?
I am a real witch hunter, in case you did not know.
Oh God, not this again. Seriously, Sarah, why?
Witches can be good, but some are bad too.
You're a bad witch, Sarah.
I am not a witch. Stop trying to make me.
Witches are real. Skeletons are real. Not ghosts.
Are we going to get paid?
Look, you'll get paid on November 1st again.
That's assuming the ghosts don't attack you first, my dear.
I need some cash for candy.
Candy? You're thinking about candy right now?
Yeah.
Why?
I need cash for wooden stakes and silver bullets. And
Is this for one of your spells, Sarah?
it's for spells and vampire hunting and werewolf trapping, everything.
Look, just
Look.
because the werewolf got out yesterday,
Look, pay us money now.
Okay, if you catch the werewolf, I'll pay.
I need money to catch the werewolf. Don't you see?
We
I'll-
have the supplies. Just use the axe.
I'll hit him with this.
I'm ready to call it quits. Yeah, I think I'm quitting.
You call it quits now, won't get paid.
I remembered. I'm allergic. Dogs.
Okay, fine. You kill the vampire werewolf, Sarah.
Of course, I get the werewolf, hairy beast.
You're so good with dogs. Come on, Sarah.
Okay.
Hold him. I'll stab. Good.
Okay, teamwork is the best. Thank you for helping.
Good. I'll go collect all the money first.
Yes, money is good.
Money is good. Thank you guys very much for that. I just want to say my favorite parts of that were Andy apparently not needing to count on his fingers to know exactly when he reached 8 words, Amy having her fingers up in the air doing it, and Zach counting very slowly to make sure he never went over 5.
Yes.
Plus the vampire and werewolf killing as well. That was fun as well. Justin and Fred come back and Zach hang out. Zach's hanging out because you know what? I was able to watch him do this as well on Wednesday night with Fantastic Voyage Improv. They do this every Wednesday. So if you like what you're seeing now from us and you can't wait till the next time Jesters Comedy is on, check out Fantastic Voyage Improv. They do this every Wednesday night. And Rebecca and Steve in the tech booth with us are the ones who make our show look great because they've been doing this for a lot longer than we have. So thank you guys very much. And again, Zach, we'll see you on Wednesday. No, wait, you can stay here, Zach. Andy and Amy are going to bust out for a moment here. Because when we put Fred, Justin, and Zach together, they become experts in almost any topic. And I want to see people stump these guys as best they can with some questions. And these three are going to combine their powers to become an instant expert. And our fans watching us on Facebook right now have a lot of questions. Jenny wants to know, what should she watch on Netflix?
You
Should
Watch
a
movie
that
runs
about
58
hours
because
that
will
entertain
you
for
58
hours.
There we go, Jenny. We know you got some time to kill, so watch something that's about 58 hours long. Mary Kay wants to know, can the meeting host tell when I fall asleep on Zoom?
The
meaning
host
can
tell
when
you
fallen
asleep.
on
Zoom
It
is
insulting
for
the
meeting
to
be
interrupted
by
your
snoring
so
try
not
snoring.
Yeah, if you're going to fall asleep, just don't snore. Get one of those masks to mask your sneezing. Kind of related to that, Suzanne wants to know, what type of virtual background do you recommend?
the
best
Virtual
background
to
use
is
puppies
flying
over
bars
that
open
my
mind.
Got to get some of those puppies that open your mind, man. Mike wants to know, does he have to shower once COVID is over every single day?
When
COVID.
Is
over,
Yes.
you
do
Need.
to
shower
Like.
every
single
Minute.
please,
for
Us.
please.
You got to remember, Mike, it's got a year of buildup there that you got to get rid of. So shower every minute on the minute. Finally, Bruce wants to know, he's got some guests coming over. What is an easy recipe, Fred?
and
Easy.
Recipe
for
Guess.
would
be
Potatoes.
mashed.
with
Feet.
That
aren't
Hygienic.
plus
sprinkle
Some.
oregano.
with
Feet.
Delicious.
And Heather wants to know what kind of dessert would complement mashed potatoes with feet and oregano.
dessert.
Is.
Good.
So
Make.
Oreos.
to
Serve.
For
your
Guests.
they'll
thank
You.
and
kiss
You.
and
hug
Your.
mom.
Get your mom some love and make Oreos and serve them to your guests. Thank you very much, Instant Expert. Thank you for your interesting questions and your curious minds. It's always fun to see what our guests in the chat are thinking. Let's get Andy and Amy back because we want to play a game. But first, we want to tell some jokes because we are known as Jesters Comedy Improv, and we only feel it's appropriate for us to tell some jokes to really earn that comedy moniker. So we're going to tell 185 jokes, not that many jokes. We're going to tell jokes about 185 blanks walking into a bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve blanks here. And then the blanks say a punchline. Is everyone waving at Andy's cat? Hi, Andy's cat. What's its name?
Nemo.
Hi, Nemo. I found you. Is that why you did it? So when Nemo goes hiding in the house, you can look for Nemo?
He's actually my roommate's cat, but yeah, that's exactly why. Yeah, I'm sure.
Perfect. Where was I? Oh, yeah, 185 blanks walk into a bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve blanks here. And the blanks say a punchline. You're going to provide the blanks. These 5 individuals and myself, if I feel the need to, are going to come up with a punchline. And we are going to, Bruce, get the hell out of here with that gossip chair. I watched the show on Wednesday. We still don't know what a gossip chair is. But we know what bowling is. So 185 bowlers walk into the bar.
185 bowlers walk into the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve bowlers here. Bowlers are like, guess we strike out.
185 bowlers walk into a bar. You get me? You follow me? And the bartender says, we don't serve bowlers here. And the bowlers say, what, you just going to throw us out into the gutter?
185 bowlers walk into a bar. Bartender says, sorry, we don't serve bowlers here. And the bowlers say, well, you've really pinned us hard on this one.
185 bowlers walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve bowlers here. Bowlers leave and say, the ball's on that guy.
185 bowlers walk into the bar. And the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve bowlers here. And the bowlers say, we just wanted to get 3 fingers of scotch.
185 bowlers walk into a bar. And the bartender says, we don't serve bowlers here. And the bowlers say, oh, we're not drinking. We're just hungry. Can we have some turkey?
185 bowlers walk into the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve bowlers here. And the bowlers say, can't you spare us a beer?
Oh.
All right, from my baby sister Heidi, 185 candle makers.
185 candle makers walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve candle makers here. And the candle makers say, but you've already got the butcher and the baker.
185 candle makers walk into a bar. Bartender's like, hey, we don't serve candle makers here. Candle makers are like, perhaps we could melt your heart a bit.
185 candle makers walk into the bar. The bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve 185 candle makers here. And they say, oh, that's fine, but before I go, can I borrow a light?
185 candle makers walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve candle makers here. Candle makers turn around and say, this place blows.
185 candle makers walk into a bar. You get me? You follow me? And the bartender says, we don't serve candle makers here. And the candle makers say, look, we're just here to talk to some chicks, hoping to get our wicks dipped.
And let's go with one of the most extreme sports I've ever had the pleasure of watching, extreme ironing. Extreme ironing.
185 extreme ironers walk into a bar. Bartender says, sorry, we don't allow irons here. And the ironers say, well, that just gets us steamed.
185 extreme ironers go into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve extreme ironers here. The extreme ironers go, oh, come on, man, we're just so bored.
185 extreme ironers walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve extreme ironers here. Extreme ironers say, well, don't that just start your collar?
185 extreme ironers walk into a bar. And the bartender says, no, we're not letting you in after last time. And the extreme ironers said, oh, hey, we thought you missed us.
185 extreme ironers walk into the bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, I don't serve extreme ironers here. And the extreme ironers say, well, that throws a wrinkle into our plans.
185 extreme ironers walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve extreme ironers. And the extreme ironers say, oh, man, we're going to be so hard-pressed to find another place.
185 extreme ironers walk into a bar. They're very sassy. And the bartender says, we don't serve sassy extreme ironers at this bar. And the extreme ironers go,
all right.
185 extreme ironers walk into a bar. And the bartender says, we don't serve extreme ironers here. And the ironers just left. I can't believe they folded so easily.
All right. I'm convinced now more than ever you guys know what's going on. So we're going to play the Jesters Comedy Improv 185 Championship game. What that means is I am going to get the suggestion and I'm going to start the joke. And then I'm going to call on each of you individually to finish that joke with a punchline. If the punchline's good, you get to stay. If it's bad and I can imagine the audience groaning at it, you get to stay. If you repeat a joke someone else already said, you don't get to stay. If it's not actually a joke and you're just mumbling words, you don't get to stay. If it goes on too long and I need to start eliminating people for whatever reason because I want to feel powerful, you don't get to stay. We're going to do that until we get down to 2 individuals. We're going to go back and forth, and one of them will be named the Jesters Comedy Improv Digital Champion. Yeah, there's a lot riding on this.
And
you guys
mad
ready?
With power. Mad with power.
Nice. We almost ran out of jobs in there. Everyone just wants to see more of Nemo, so I got to scroll through a bit here real quick. Nemo. Brewers. It's going into a bar, so why not? 185 brewers walk into the bar. The bartender says, I'm sorry, I don't serve brewers here. And the brewers say, Fred.
well, just Milwaukee right out of here.
And the 185 brewers say, Amy.
Man, that just paps me off.
And the 185 brewers say, Zach.
At least you can give me directions to another bar.
And the 185 brewers say, Justin.
Well, we got some reasons why you should let us stay. Here's our pitch.
And the 185 brewers say, Andy.
Man, why you gotta look so surly?
I like that. We had a nice mix of the Milwaukee Brewer pitchers and players and baseball, and then people who made beer. So you all get to stay. You all made me happy. Beer and baseball, 2 of my favorite things. 185 cheese makers. To the best of my knowledge, there's no professional sports team called the Cheese Makers, so this will probably be about cheese. 185 cheese makers walk into the bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, I don't serve cheesemakers here. And the cheesemakers say, Andy.
Well, that's just grating.
And the cheesemakers say, Zach.
It's a Gouda thing. I have beer at home.
Starting to realize we did cheese earlier with Arnold, and you all are just recycling those jokes. So I'm going to move on to a different one. That was my bad, folks. Sorry. 185 phlebotomist. It's people who work with blood. I gave it away. Sorry. 185 phlebotomists walk into the bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve phlebotomists here. And the phlebotomists say, Fred.
You better not piss us off. We're all type A.
And the 185 phlebotomists say, Zach.
I'm AB positive. You'll regret this.
And the phlebotomists say, Amy.
Man, you just bruised my ego.
And the phlebotomists say, Andy.
But you were gushing about us last week.
And the phlebotomists say, Justin.
It's probably for the best. This place has a Transylvanian kind of vibe. It really sucks.
All right, Justin got 2 of them in there. So you know what? I'm not going to be so easy this next round. We got to start getting rid of some people. 185 journalists. Journalists walk into a bar. And the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve journalists here. And the journalists say, Justin.
But the alternative facts say we do.
And the journalists say, Zach.
I don't like you. Period.
And the journalists say, Amy.
Extra, read all about it. Bartender's a jerk.
The journalists say, Andy.
But we were going to headline the show on the stage.
And the journalists say, Fred.
We just hitched up our horses to the post.
Yeah, all right, post. I'm actually going to go back, and unfortunately, Amy's was more a newspaper salesman than a journalist. So, Amy, I'm sorry. You are eliminated. Thank you very much for playing. You can kill your camera. We're down to the final 4, and we are going to do 185 break dancers. Yeah, 185 break dancers walk into the bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve break dancers here. And Zach, what do the break dancers say?
I'll wipe the floor with you.
And the 185 break dancers say, Fred.
I guess we'll just have to worm our way out of here.
And the 185 break dancers say, Andy.
I'm sorry, I just heard a chime. I'm afraid it's time for me to go.
That's not fair, Andy. You're eliminated. Sorry. Distractions count. I think that was Andy's way to try to get out of that one. 185 skateboarders walk into a bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve skateboarders here. And the skateboarders say, Justin.
Oh, that really grinds our gears.
And the 185 skateboarders say, Zach.
Okay, Ollie, leave.
And the 185 skateboarders say, Fred.
Man, that excuse is so half-piped.
Is it though, Fred?
Not
Half-piped. It's a thing, but is it a thing? No, okay. Folks, we're down to our final 2. We're down to Zach and Justin. One of these 2 will be crowned the Jesters Comedy Improv Digital Champion. And I forgot to mention that we're not just playing for a title. I mean, we're playing for a title, but not just the title. We're playing for this title. The actual Jesters Ooh, look, you can see yourselves in it. The Jesters Comedy Improv Championship. Now, because of quarantine and pandemic, I can't give the belt to you. But what the winner gets is a screenshot of them with the belt digitally added by our tech guy, Steve. And I then go online at some point in the next week or so, and I will make a poorly photoshopped photo of you wearing this belt so you can put it on your Facebook profile. Gentlemen, we're down to 2 of you, and we are going to go with a classic for 185. We're going to do 185 strippers walk into the bar. Again, I'm going to set the joke up, and then I'm going to call on you back and forth until there's one winner. So think about everything you know about strippers. 185 strippers walk into the bar. And the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve strippers here. And the strippers say, Zach.
I was half off here earlier. Close half off. That's what I was doing.
And the strippers say, Justin.
Are you really going to send us out into the cold?
And the strippers say, Zach.
I'm gonna just take some stuff out of my box.
And the 185 strippers say Justin.
But we'll tip well.
And the 185 strippers say Zach.
But I'm singles.
And the 185 strippers say Justin.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Let us into the bar. We like to drink. And let me tell you some more things about a bar. First of all, we enter it, and then
I'm gonna cut you off there, Justin. I'm gonna cut you off there. I'm gonna give Zach one more turn, one more try. I don't know if you were ever gonna get to a point or a pun or a joke, but we gotta get going. Zach, this is your last chance. 185 strippers walk into the bar. Bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve strippers here." And Zach, what do the strippers say?
Those drinks, give me some of those double D's.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach is your winner for the Jesters Comedy Improv Digital Championship. Justin, you put up a good fight, but Zach is our winner. I'm going to close my camera because, Zach, you get all the glory to yourself right here. Congratulations. You've got the belt in the top right corner. Just bask in its glory, Zach.
Bask, I'll bask.
Now, traditionally, this is your moment to thank the crowd, thank the audience, thank whoever you need. So go ahead.
I'd like to thank the crowd and the audience, and I'd like to thank Willie's mom for supporting my improv career.
Why is my mom supporting your career and not mine?
I don't know.
Congratulations, Zach. Congratulations, Justin, getting that far to the end. Let's get everyone back because we are at the end of our show. We are at the end of Jesters Comedy Improv for this fourth Thursday of the month, which means don't worry because we are coming back. We're back not this Monday, but next Monday with Improvocation with our good friends Reservoir Dogs. And then the second Saturday of the month, we've got Reservoir Frogs. I said dogs, and I'm sorry, frogs. Amy's in that group, so she's really pissed off at me right
those Reservoir Dogs would be a very different show.
Reservoir Frogs and Jesters Comedy Improv is part of Improvocation on March 5th or 8th, March 8th. And then on the last, we'll put the links up in the chat. Again, follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. You'll find all of our links and all of our upcoming shows. We want to thank Torg once again. Next Monday is Dave's Day, so get out there. And you know what? If you're one of those smart, brave types, Wednesdays at Torg are trivia. So get out there, enjoy some beer, and enjoy some general knowledge with them out there. Again, if you like the show, drop a couple bucks, buy us a coffee. We'll share them with whomever needs it in the world, including Second Land Harvest was the one we donated to most recently. Guys, this is the end of the show, and it's like 9 o'clock. I know a couple of us in the group are north of 40, which means 9 o'clock is kind of our bedtime. Justin, the young one in the group, is probably going to stay up for another 5 or 6 hours, but oh, never mind. Justin's cuddling up with his drapes there to fall asleep as well. So I want to send our audience off, who's been wonderful tonight with all their suggestions, with a bedtime story. And we're going to do a bedtime story entitled sorry, everyone's congratulating Justin. And cheering, everyone was cheering Justin on and then quickly congratulating Zach as Zach won.
Traitors.
So, they know who they wow, yeah, they really turned on you real quick. Sorry about that. This bedtime story is called "Don't Forget to Thank Your Wife." And Zach, as our Jesters Comedy Improv Digital Champion, you get to start the story, and the rest of us will join in one sentence at a time. So Zach, begin our bedtime story. Don't forget to thank your wife.
After a long day of work and toil, Peter came home and he put his groceries on the counter.
And then he just left them there as he walked into the gaming room.
And there he saw his wife, Sandra, who was all alone, staring at the pool table.
Now, he could have invited her to play a game of pool, which is her favorite game, but instead he sat down and turned on the gaming console.
As soon as he did, Sandra turned to him and said, Peter, is now really the time for a game?
I feel it is, Peter replied to Sandra, visibly annoyed by her interruption as he started Mario Party 2.
I'm right in the middle of a race. Gosh, Sandra.
I didn't even get my queso out of the grocery bag to have with me, he continued.
And Sandra just stared at him, wondering if he was ever going to say anything about the driveway having been cleared of snow.
At this point, it's important to understand that Peter has heart trouble and can't shovel the driveway himself.
It's also important to note at this point in the story that Peter's kind of an asshole.
We would be remiss to not add also that Sandra is infinitely and independently wealthy and has been known to pay the neighborhood boys to shovel the walk, amongst other things.
It's also important to note in the story that Sandra woke up on the wrong side of the bed and learned that she lost a bunch of money on Bitcoin that morning.
Knowing all this, we return back to Sandra staring down Peter, shooting daggers through her eyes figuratively as he finally glances up a bit and turns to her.
Honey, is there something wrong? You look like you're mad at me, he said to her.
From behind her back, Sandra withdrew a tire iron.
It is also another footnote that is important to know is that Sandra is also a classically trained fighter.
Classically trained in the art of tire iron fighting.
She raised the tire iron behind her head and was going to perform a deadly maneuver.
But at the last moment, she decided to not be quite so fierce and threw it at the TV.
The TV shattered, bits of glass going everywhere, sparks flying, and a little bit of smoke rising from the top of it.
Darling, Peter said, that game had me so addicted I had no control over my life. Thank you for breaking the TV.
He realized in that moment, it's always important to thank your wife because she could have straight up murdered your face with that tire iron.
From that day forward, Peter thanks Sandra for everything, and we literally mean everything.
Moral of the story is always thank your wife, even if you're controlled by video games. The end.
The end. I hope that lulled you all into a good night's sleep. Thank you all for joining us. Again, we do this every fourth Thursday, every second Saturday, and you know what? Almost every first or second Monday of the month as well. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Yeah, we do like 3 of these a month, Fred. There are quite a few of them. My name's Wooly. I got to thank a quick shout out if they want to turn their cameras on to Steve and Rebecca on the tech side. Rebecca's been in the chat. Steve's been the one doing all the fun little words at the bottom and the belt on Zach. He knows what he's doing more than any of us. And Rebecca, there she is. We want to say a quick shout out again to Torg Brewery. Go there Wednesdays, play trivia. Go there on Wednesday. It's Dave's day, and Dave Torres has been watching us this entire time, throwing out suggestions in the chat. What else? Everyone who's wearing a Jesters shirt, show off that Jesters shirt because they're on sale right now at tpublic.com, along with the masks, the mugs, the totes, the stickers, the hoodies. Amy's wearing the Jesters underwear right now. Don't show that, but just know that it's there. And you know what?
I'm wearing the Jester's nipple clamps.
Oh my gosh. Those were clearance, so you got the last ones, I think, Zach. And if you want to see Zach in those nipple clamps, we're not going to show them on Jesters, but you can check them out every Wednesday with Fantastic Voyage Improv. Zach, his nipple clamps, and you know what? You're going to see like 3 or 4 other Jesters if you check out the show. It's well worth it. My name's Wooly. Alphabetically, you guys say goodbye and say thanks for watching us. Beginning with A, Amy.
Goodbye. Thanks for watching us.
I'm not going to shout you guys' names out. Just do it alphabetically.
Okay, my name's Andy. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye. Thanks for watching us.
Bye. I forgot what I was supposed to say.
Thanks for watching us.
Thanks for watching us.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Oh shit! You're
Yeah,
a bit
I didn't know if I should let you go or not because I kind of started it all, but I didn't know if you're waiting. We're Jesters. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining us. Have a great night. Stay safe. Stay proud. Stay hungry. Stay happy. Thank your wife all the time.
Bye.
Yes.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching.
Tire iron.